This is our Teachers in Action project. Wendy, Megan, and Estefania completed this together. We decided to go to the Russell Home for Atypical Children. The Russell Home is in Orlando, and it has been a continuous operation for over 60 years without any government support. The home is one of its only private nonprofit facilities for its severely disabled children in Central Florida. The Russell Home provides around-the-clock specialized care with love and a home-like atmosphere. The home consists of a nursery, playrooms, living room areas, kitchen, and a large laundry room. On one side there is the guys' area, and the other side is the girls' area where they sleep. For the activities we did, we created 3 centers to complete with the students. One was a fall paper plate wreath, another was a pumpkin pie in a cup, and the third was a paper tube black cat. We did these activities with the students and then toured the facility and met everyone who lives in the home. We decided to pick these activities for the fall time. Our participant demographics, we worked with about 20 years old to 50 years. This group was mostly in the older age range, which I was quite surprised about. The group's ethnicity was mainly Caucasian, and there was about 2 African Americans at the time. I would say that about half had Down syndrome, a few had cerebral palsy, and then the rest had some other physical or intellectual disability. Our project involved about 25 adults with disabilities. These participants are considered persons with disabilities based on the IDEA Act because they have been professionally tested and were determined to be individuals with disabilities. My reflection of the activity is at first I was very nervous and we didn't know what to expect. We were unaware that most of the participants were a lot older. We thought we were going to work with young children, so that was a big surprise to us. A majority of them were small, and we couldn't have ever guessed that they were over the age of 40. In the room with people, the low-functioning people, they weren't able to properly care for themselves, so they were in the nursery with some nurses. This activity opened our eyes because regardless of everything that they have to go through on a daily basis, they were all so happy, and it truly opened our eyes. They were always excited for what we had planned for them, and it was a joy to see. Some connections to our course would be cooperative teaching is a topic that we now better understand. We were able to work together to bounce ideas off each other and work to create a cohesive lesson. We took turns instructing, walking around the classroom, and setting up. Another topic that we now understand is inclusion. We learned how to better adapt our lessons and activities to meet the needs of all learners. The third thing is we now have a better understanding of the higher functioning and lower functioning disabilities. Some students we had to really help them and help them paint, maybe hold it for them, whereas the other participants were able to complete the activities on their own. So that was really eye-opening to see the different modifications we would have to make in the classroom. Now that we have volunteered and engaged in a society in ways that we have not before, we can see different viewpoints and have a better understanding of the world that we live. Civic engagement allows our society to step back from our lives and reflect on others. Sometimes we get caught up in our own life, and when things get bad, we believe that it's the end of the world. Yet there are people out there who can't even feed themselves or walk. Service learning is a wonderful experience, and it really helped us to better understand everything that we have read in the textbooks. It gives us a chance to practice what we have learned. We encourage everybody to embrace service learning and use it as a chance to do something you wouldn't normally do. I plan to find time in the future to do service learning and volunteer my time, especially back at the Russell Home. Our final thoughts about this experience is to not be afraid to talk with people with disabilities. You'll find that they are just like you and me, and they just want to be loved and accepted. They are human and would like to be treated that way. If you aren't sure how to get involved, there's always ways to look up online in places such as Special Olympics or the Russell Home. They're always looking for help, and students would love you to be there. It makes their day, and it will make yours as well. As future educators, we must know how to be a part of our community and teach our students to be a part of their community as well. This helps shapes the lives of students and they can grow up. And at nothing else, we need to learn how to be kind, and we need to teach our students that as well.